Michelle, you are doing Christmas, the earrings, the shoes.
I got the memo.
Absolutely.
You know me, I love a bit of Christmas, so I thought I'm going to go for it.
Fantastic. And Christmas in your house, you've got, what, 4-year-old, 2-year-old boys.
Yeah.
Are they scraping them off the ceiling, yeah?
I mean, I'm pretty much up there with them as well. Like, I'm one of those really sad people that put their tree up in November and I make no apologies for it.
I love that.
I love it. Honestly,
do you do that elf on the shelf then?
No,
so
I don't.
That wasn't invented.
No, I've not. I've managed to get away with it for
little.
1 more year actually, because I don't know how I'm going to.
He's annoying.
Well, I don't know how I'm going to try and teach my children, please don't misbehave, but oh, look, Elf misbehaves. I'm not too sure how I'm going to navigate that, but I'll try my best when the time comes.
It's another thing for mums to have to remember to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
And dads.
The list is like never ending, obviously.
And you're going to get through Christmas booze-free?
Booze-free. 5.5 years I've been off the booze.
Wow. I mean, well, we've been talking about the healthy lifestyle. Is this all part of it?
So I quit drinking before I kind of embarked on my kind of more healthy eating because I had such a great time in my 20s and 30s, and alcohol's such a reward, right? And it's such a lovely thing. But I think for me it was getting to the point where I was getting really drunk really quickly and I was waking up the next day and I'm like, what did I say? Who did I speak to? You know, that whole thing texting around. So when I fell pregnant with my wee boy, I was just about to turn 40. And because I gave up for that whole time, I just never went back to it. And I found loads of great alternatives as well. I took it really seriously, by the way. I tried every non-alcoholic beer out there, wine, you name it, until I found the ones I liked.
But, I mean, you look fabulous. You've lost 9 stone.
Yeah, thank you. I had gained a lot of weight. I mean, in COVID, I had my 2 babies back to back, and I had gained a lot of weight. And that wasn't, you know, I think you can be beautiful at any size. I don't think that's what it's about. But I think for me, honestly, I just got to the stage where I was looking in the mirror and I was crying. I'm like, I should love my body. I had these 2 babies in my 40s, you know, and I was really proud of that. But I just was looking at myself going, I feel miserable. And then just decided, I got this amazing life coach, Lisa Harden-Buck, who was incredible, and just cut my calories and started going to the gym. I did the swim challenge.
You did
it up at BBC.
Were you ever, I mean, you know, nowadays, obviously, it's quite new, but would you have ever been tempted by something like, you know, the diet?
Oh, yeah, I mean,
I
completely...
Hard to say it.
Oh, I did.
The injection, the way...
Yeah, the injection. So I
completely...
I did look into it at the time, but I'm a type 1 diabetic and it's a type 2, and type 1 and type 2 are completely different. So it wasn't even an option for me because it would actually have a more detrimental effect on my health. So after that, I was like, OK, let's get back to the good old calorie counting and exercise, and that's just what I did.
If you could have, would you?
Maybe I would have thought about it, yeah, because I think... Everyone's looking for that magic wand, right? I'm like, and by the way, there is no judgment here at all. As anybody, if you want to lose weight, it's your personal journey, you going. But for me, it wasn't even about losing weight. I just wanted to really like myself again, because I don't think it matters what your label says or what the scales say. We have one shot at life, right? And you just want to be happy. And you should be happy regardless of what other people are telling you. And I'm in a place now, well, you know what I mean? I'm wearing a size 18 jumpsuit, which I never thought I'd actually say. But, you know, I'm a size 18. For a lot of people, that's where they start their journey. But for me, I've got to an 18, kind of 16, 18, and I'm like, I'm so happy here. This is where I'm happy. And I do. I feel really content.
Talking about happiness, and I'm so glad you are happy and you look fantastic.
Thank you.
When you look back to those Pop Idol days and it's like, it feels so long ago and you were so young and the media were really cruel at the time. What are your memories like around that whole era? And you know, what do you hold from that time? So
it's overwhelming happiness. I think positivity, it changed the course of my life. But yeah, when you look back through 2024's eyes, it was savage, it was brutal. And I think a lot of the headlines at the time were just... I read back, and we did a documentary last year where I had to go back and look at it, and I'm not going to lie, I cried a lot. I found it really triggering, and it was a very misogynistic experience for me. But it did change the course of my life. And for 21 years, I haven't not worked. I've always continued to work. And I have to be able to thank that opportunity I was given at that time.
But I think you're so cool for being able to separate those two things. Like, they say something good came from it, and that's incredible, an amazing career. But it was not OK, the way the media used to talk and write about things.
Well, no, I mean, it was really... And I think as well, it was really strange to me because actually the main conversation was whether these male journalists fancied me enough or not to sing. It wasn't a case I was never... Which was quite lovely that my voice never really got attacked. I was quite pleased about that, to be honest with you, because I was trying to be a singer.
They couldn't.
But it was whether they wanted to sleep with me or whether they found me attractive, and I was like, I don't think I remember asking, and just... I don't think I remember saying that I wanted... So I think that's what I found quite difficult. And, you know, but thankfully, in 2024 we are in a different place now, I feel. We're not quite there, but we're definitely in a different place.
Do you carry any regret that had you fitted the mould that they wanted, that your life might have been different?
No, because see, my life now, Kate, I've got my husband, I've got my children, I work up in Scotland, you know that we work next to each other. I have the most wonderful life. I feel really content and I have everything I could ever ask for in my life. So I think if my life had maybe went in a different way, I don't know. You know, you watch back these documentaries, the Boy Band Forever documentaries, which I find quite hard to watch, especially when the journalists were talking and how brutal it was. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I came out of that genuinely unscathed, that whole experience, you know, and I feel, obviously now if it had happened to me as a 44, you know, women, I'd be like, hold my bag, I'll deal with it, you know. I wouldn't let anyone treat me like that now, but I do feel that my life went in exactly the direction it should have went.
And I read that you sang with my husband, I believe. Are you a Celtic fan?
I am indeed. So I do a lot with the ladies' team now as well. So I'm a big so I was so fortunate. I mean, your husband is one of my icons. I'm sure everyone tells you that. But we sang at the Lisbon Lions 50th anniversary at the Hydro.
Yes.
And it was myself and Eddie Reader and Rod Stewart. I was like this close away from him. I was like, but I didn't want to, you know, I didn't want to be too creepy, so I just kept my distance. But yeah, of course, he was headlining that night.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Oh,
and they're playing this weekend, aren't they?
I know. And they were playing last night. Well, was it last night? Wednesday night? No, Tuesday night. Tuesday night they were playing.
Well, is there enough football chat?
Sorry. Everything you'll know more than me now.